It is Halloween night, a time when parents warn their children about stranger danger.
But a larger threat facing Southeast Texas children are people they know. KFDM's Angel San Juan tells us child safety experts say boys and girls are more likely to fall victim to predators they're familiar with. Angel joins us now with his KFDM Investigates special report on child sex abuse in Southeast Texas. Angel?
The experts I talked with say there appears to be an uptick in child sex abuse cases in our area. Now, this might mean more of these cases are reported to law enforcement, that the subject is no longer taboo. But to fight this horrific crime, one nonprofit on the front lines of this battle needs your help. It's a place in Southeast Texas not many people know exists, but one that provides a safe haven to children. Brenda Garrison oversees this vital lifeline to our community's most vulnerable.
This is not an easy job, but it's rewarding, and you do have some successes that make you sit back and say, well, I'm ready to go again.
Garrison is a sexual assault nurse examiner at Child Abuse and Forensic Services, conducting medical exams on children who might have been sexually abused.
I think it's horrible. It's an epidemic. People just don't, we don't call it an epidemic, but it's an epidemic. When you figure that 1 out of 3 females are going to be sexually abused in some way by the time they graduate from high school.
And here in Southeast Texas, the numbers are also alarming for boys.
Male victims are higher. In our office, the ones that we see, we have a larger amount of male victims than the national average.
That does not surprise Douglas Salisbury. The 58-year-old is a sexual abuse survivor. An adult family friend targeted him.
Mine is over about 12, and it was a pretty prominent person in Beaumont, and it started and went to about the age of 15.
Salisbury told his mother, but that's where it ended. It was never discussed again.
There was no doctors. My personal physician, you weren't going to say nothing because he didn't know what to do then either, like we have today with this organization.
Salisbury is on the board of Child Abuse and Forensic Services because he believes the organization is saving children from the pain he grew up with. He says without support, he turned to alcohol and drugs. Decades later, he says there's still a stigma that sexual abuse victims, especially boys, are facing.
It's that stereotype that we're still stuck with, that we're trying to break now. And that's what I want to help break, is that stereotype as men, we don't cry. We don't show emotions. We don't tell people, well, he touched me here, he did this, or she did this.
Jefferson County Sheriff Zena Stevens acknowledges the widespread problem of child sex abuse in our area.
Unfortunately, the numbers, of cases that are reported for these types of crime are way too many. One's too many.
And while we warn our children from an early age about stranger danger, most victims fall prey to someone they know.
Over 85% of our abuse of our children and our adults is going to be someone they trust.
Sheriff Stevens says her investigators are on the front lines of that battle.
We have, predators in our community. We have people who commit sexual assaults on children, so it is our job to, identify those individuals and get them prosecuted and get them out of the community.
Garrison's exam room plays a vital role in seeking that justice. Children might not feel comfortable in a hospital ER. Here, Garrison provides a sanctuary where those who have been victimized won't feel like victims again. This is a sexual assault evidence collection kit, commonly referred to as a rape kit, crucial for Garrison and law enforcement.
If you have children or small children who can't really communicate and give you, adequate details, the sexual assault kits or the primary, piece of evidence that you have.
In Texas, the rape kits are sent to the Texas Department of Public Safety, and that's led to a delay in justice.
What is the most depressing is the fact that the judicial system is just slow. I mean, those wheels turn very slowly, and that is frustrating.
There's a backlog, and I hate that. Because I think the longer that folks who commit these crimes are out, then there are going to be additional victims.
The state legislature approved additional staffing for DPS to speed up the DNA process, and Sheriff Stevens says Jefferson County commissioners are doing their part to quicken the pace on the local level.
Commissioners Court approved some money to pay our crime lab folks some overtime to handle our backlog cases. we've got about 75 cases that are backlogged, and so our folks will be working to hurry up and try to get those done. The turnaround time for us is about 10 months right now.
The Jefferson County District Attorney's Office started a special unit to tackle child sex abuse cases in 2016. The Assistant District Attorney who heads it up says since then, the DA's office has prosecuted more child abuse cases than ever before. A grant will pay for a third prosecutor to join the team. Child Abuse Forensic Services plays a role in the courtroom as well.
A lot of what we do in the courtroom is educating the jury. And in order for them to make an informed decision, they have to be educated.
Child Abuse Forensic Services is a nonprofit funded through grants and donations, but getting support for this necessary resource is a challenge.
There's really not anything warm and fuzzy about what we do, or that people don't perceive it to be warm and fuzzy.
Perhaps not, but what it does that can't be measured in dollars and cents is offer children their first steps out of darkness. If you would like to do your part to help Child Abuse Forensic Services, you can log on to CAFSTX.org. That's CAFSTX.org, or call 409-832-0421. Guys.
10 months to get those kits tested. That's a long time.
That's not good. Well, happening now, many